Oh, now? Yeah. Okay. All right, this is Gino, and welcome back to everybody to the Season 2 of the OCE Racing League 1, Round 1, which is the Bahrain Grand Prix. And and like to also welcome back to the commentators box, Biggles and the Chosen One. So guys, welcome back.
How you going?
Not bad. Sorry, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, your mic is working perfectly.
Yeah, oh, that's good. That's good. So, guys, yeah, welcome back. Hopefully, you had a good break and nice and rested and ready to get back into the league again.
Yeah, ready for tier 1.
Tier 1, yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
doing good. How's everybody out there? Once again, have everybody had a good Christmas. Happy New Year to you guys as well.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Looking forward to this first round of second season. I wonder if Jules is going to defend his crown. He took the championship, I believe, for the first season. So
he did, yeah.
So he's got a target on his back now.
Who is going to be the first one to blink coming out of the pits?
Is that okay?
No one seems to be moving yet.
No, they just get that set up, I guess, at the moment. Talking to Jeff, going through all
Yeah.
different. So obviously, I'd be expecting a dry race. Yes, it is. So
yeah, Bahrain. Doesn't rain very often.
Okay. All right, guys. Also, I'm a bit rusty here, so it's been a little while since I was back on the streaming side of things. So if you see anything that you need for me to concentrate on, just certainly yell out, and I'll try and keep up with you guys. All right.
Yeah, no problems, mate. So Bahrain, it's one of those tricky circuits, isn't it? It's a 5.1, 5.4 kilometre. Your pole position's on the left-hand side of the track. Your distance from grid to turn one's about 336 metre. It's that big climb into that first right-hand corner. That's that tricky one too that catches a lot of people off.
Yeah.
So you expect to see
massive braking zone.
Tangle, probably with some of the cars going into that first corner, unless they're all good boys and get through it. Okay. Pit stop around here is about 25 seconds, so it's a pretty lengthy pit stop. Expecting most of these guys probably to, what are you looking at, switching from going from softs to mediums there, or even softs to hards? Nice. Obviously, this is in OCE Division 1 here. You can see that the cars actually use their own liveries here, so there are no teammates, I believe.
Yes, but you can still share a pit box with someone.
Oh, you can?
So you guys, you can trip each other up in the pits.
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting right now, guys. I don't know what's going on in Peanut's garage, but he's had a big problem because he's gone out on inters. Is he expecting something that we don't know?
That's what they do in the esports. I don't know who Peanuts thinks he is, man.
Well, P-Roll is the only one out there at the moment. That's Jules is obviously gone out on the mediums as well. So I'm going to probably put that banker lap in and see what sort of times that they can pull in for the mediums. And then I expect those times to start really tumbling down towards the end. Obviously, the track does rubber in as well. So practically, the drivers that cross the line last, if they get their timing perfectly, should be able to put in some nice quick lap times. There are full 17 drivers on this grid. We might still have somebody else coming in a little later as well, I believe. Maybe a little late. Might miss out on qualifying and be in the race. We'll see. Now, Impervious Shadow, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Impervious Shadow, is he's the second man in the championship at the moment. He finished with 137 points last season, contending missing out one race, 2 of the attendance. So there was 11 races there. Julesy did all of them, as well as Chris Mania. Most of the other drivers unfortunately missed one of those races. That might have compromised his chance of getting, well, he couldn't have got the championship, obviously, because Julesy ran away with 246 points. But he's the man who could be able to bring it as well as Peanuts. Chris Mania. Peanuts finished in 3rd in the championship. Chris finished in 4th. Do we have Oxygen Thief in here? No, we don't.
Yeah, there's a couple of contenders. We'll have to see how it pans out first race. See who's on the pace, see who isn't.
It's your first times coming in now.
26-2.
126. Yeah.
Ooh, 2/10 off. So Joshy.
These times are obviously very quick anyway at the moment in the game compared to the real life, because the fastest lap was Charles Leclerc in 2019 at 127.8.
Is that the fastest race lap or is that a pole?
That was qualify 3-time.
Oh, yeah, the game doesn't really represent real life too well, but
So they're full throttle on this circuit about 72% of the time.
wow.
The longest flat out section with that back straight is a kilometer. You get those DRS zones here too really come into play as well. That's when you expect to see a lot of those overtaking. This track was first introduced in an inaugural race back in 2004, so it's been here for some time now. And in 2014, they installed those flood race lights so that they could run this at night, which is obviously a lot nicer for the drivers because it is hot in Bahrain
Yeah.
during the day. Well, you guys know. Most of these drivers are from Australia, so you guys know how hot it can get.
Yeah. Out in the desert. Has there ever been a wet race at Bahrain?
I believe there has. Just a
Oh,
little
really?
sprinkle, I think. I'll double check that
Ah.
for you guys out there. I'll give you a little juicy information. Yeah. Obviously, welcome everybody out there on Twitch too. Give us a wave out, give us a shout out. Let us know what drivers you're supporting as well this season. Who's your favourites?
Oh, I've noticed Jules has changed his library. He's gone from that gold to a
Oh, yeah.
yeah. First I've seen that one. Interesting
Same.
colour.
Oh, here we go. It rained during last year's test at the track. No teams have brought wet weather tyres several hours past of no tracks, no cars on track.
That's funny. No one expected it.
But not during a race, no.
No.
There is a picture of it. You can look online for the of the track wet. Yeah, they expected this year, actually. They predicted it could have rained, but obviously it didn't. That would have definitely spiced things up.
Yeah.
So 126.2 is the benchmark from Wobbly Candy. Just 11 thousandths of a second slow, quicker than Sex. Then you got 2/10 down to Sir Josh, and then 7/10 down to Alex. And when we go down to P7 at the moment of Window, it'll be the first to just 1 second away from the pole time. So 9 minutes remaining, plenty of time for these drivers to get out there. Once again, they're going to get out there, set a banker in first. Piero, sorry, my voice, is the only man that set that time on mediums as well. So
Peanuts is about to set a time on mediums. He's about to cross the line in a couple seconds. Let's see where it puts him. 10th. I don't think it's worth starting that far back just for the alternate strategy.
no,
for
certainly not.
Peanuts.
And that's with the time still tumbling down too, because you've still got another three drivers still yet set times.
Yeah, Jules got halfway through a medium hot lap and then he decided to back out of it for whatever reason. So I guess he's decided that he's just going to start on the softs.
Yeah,
It'll be
you
interesting
support
to see
Joe
what
there,
times
CY
he
Kip.
sets.
Welcome, thank you. So Joe's got a fan. Joe's got one fan in the little grandstand there. You can see. Welcome, CY. We've had in some other league that I've commentated before. They've actually got one of the drivers has a fan. He has his number. He has his his number one best friend. He's got his mother. He has his girlfriend. And he has like 3 or 4 other family members actually sit and watch his racing on the
The
television.
league races. That's hilarious.
Yeah. He's got a big fan club. It's great. So Josie obviously still has to set a time here. Yep, he's gone to the softs now. We expect him to be at the top of the tables. Somewhere along the line.
Nearabouts.
What's he doing at the moment? Let's see. He's on his out lap, so he's just be going to the preparation stages at the moment, getting the temperature into those tires, building up, having the energy already stored and built. We have a yellow flag for somewhere in the middle there, and that's just getting out of the way, actually. You will see some of the yellows come up every once in a while. That's because the drivers obviously just completely getting out of the way of these drivers that are on their fast laps. So we're going to go on board with Julesy as he's about to start his hot lap. Down the main straight. Giving it everything got. 8th gear, obviously. Start to chew through some of that energy. Braking heavily into the first
Someone's
corner here.
knocked out the braking markers for the first corner.
Might affect some of these drivers, exactly.
Yeah.
So Julesy gets through that pretty cleanly. That looks good. He gets the beep as he's on the back straight down here. That's the beep. You guys can hear. That's the DRS that opens the little letterbox at the back. Gives you a nice
Bit of a lock-up on the front
15
right.
kilometers. Yeah, I saw that. Now it's a tricky little S section here. Trying to copy the famous Silverstone S's, but not quite the same. Big tight right-hand hairpin corner here.
Oh, massive lock-up. That corner is very difficult, though. Lots of trail braking needed.
That's corner 10 there. Would it be nice to see? So he's got a personal best there. What's set? I'll check that out real quick. What that is for his first sector to 27.8. He needs to be
104.9 for his
27.5.
second.
Yeah, 34.1. So he's at least half a second down at the moment from Sir Josh's provisional pole.
Wow.
So he's definitely going to have to find some more pace at the moment. With 5 minutes remaining too. You get not a lot of time.
Second.
So he must have hooked up that third sector, 21.2.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 1/10 down. But it's actually, the second is 7/10 down from P1 as 6 slots into P2. Goes even improves on his time. Half a second down. But Sir Josh set a banker at the moment. 125.4. Nobody's even in the... Only 2 drivers in the 125s.
That's very quick for Bahrain.
At the back at the moment, we got, let's try to see if the other drivers are really improving. So P16 at the moment, that's Glatter. He's a 28.2, so he's already 7/10 down. But he could be looking at a third row here, depending on his middle sector's times are going to be here. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, is that Glatter? Yeah. Also, some of the drivers you'll see, they would do invalidate, so it's very easy to invalidate. You'll expect some of the penalties occurring, strict corner cutting. You'll expect penalties that occur during the race that will affect these drivers later on as well. So at the moment, they will push the limits of the track as much as they can to try to get the fastest, extract the fastest time for a lap time. Obviously, at this point during qualifying, you can, but now, as we're getting down to the 4-minute mark, this is where if you want to improve on your time, that invalidation might cost you any chance of improving at the moment. We have all, apart from confirmed drivers setting a time, confirmed still not setting a time. He's actually going out now, so he might be one of those one-shot, and there's an invalidation from Glatter, so he won't improve on his time. Further down the field, let's get P4, I think. That's Wobbly Candy. He's improving, personal best, 27.9 first sector. 27.5
Peanuts is a
the
second
benchmark.
up.
Okay, that's what Peanuts, yeah.
See where this puts him.
He's going to be crossing the line any second now. Not bad middle sector. Could be...
Seventh.
There it is. P7. Yeah, still 1.4 seconds off the pace at the moment. So they'll be all starting on the softs, apart from Guaco at the moment, he was not. Still decided to go on those mediums. He's out on the mediums. Actually, sorry, he said his fastest time on the softs. He's just on mediums now. Doubt he's going to improve on his time. Well, it's going to be a big gamble because if he slots in a P9 or something on those mediums, that might be a different alternative strategy. Peanuts at the moment's improving on his first sector.
Is Peanuts coming for back-to-back hot laps?
It looks like he is, yeah. Well, he's definitely got a personal best first sector.
Didn't even
But
know
he's
that was
still-
doable with Bahrain.
We'll find out if he's chewed through his energy or his...
Used too much tyre wear.
Yeah. And that's going to hurt you as well if you do happen to set that banker. If he goes faster
Yeah.
in this lap. Yeah, perhaps probably what he'll do is he'll just back off and box. I tend to
Yeah.
see that because he wants to try to get back and set another lap in, but I don't think he's going to
Oh,
have
that's
time.
invalidation.
Yeah. He might just be trying to just rush back and get back to the pits as quickly as possible.
That's true.
So
He's
confirmed
running
finally
out
is
of
starting
time.
to... Yeah, sorry, I cut you off there. Confirmed
Oh,
finally
it's all good.
setting his fastest lap, flying lap. He needs... This is it so far. This is his only flying lap that he's going to be able to do. Whether he get back in time, he can, but he'll have to put his second lap in. It's a big lock up there. 27.9 is his first sector, so he's at least almost half a second down already from the provisional pole leader of Sir Josh, who's on a hot out lap with Sex. Jules is in the pits, so and he can't get out in time. I think that's it. He's going to have to settle for P3. Oh, there's a spin too from Confirmed. So he's in big trouble. This is the problem when you leave everything to the very last minute. You got no chance to get back.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's it. Maybe he may be able to get back in time, but he's cooked his tires. So he looks like he's going to be starting from plump last and to make his way through the field. Maybe he had to do something or had some technical glitches or something, which is the reason why he was a little late in qualifying. Maybe if anybody knows that there at Twitch, let us know. So the top three at the moment, Sir Josh, Sex, and Julesy. Actually, Julesy actually got out for a hot lap.
I don't think he has enough time
He doesn't have
to
enough
make
time,
it.
no.
He's only got 50 seconds.
Hey, Simply, how you doing? You still awake? Doing good. I wake up for this song, Simply. You're probably still awake. All right. Let's go. So on board with Sex as he's starting his flying lap. Now let's see if he wants to get that provisional pole. He needs to get half a second at the moment if he wants to bring to Sir Josh. That's the reason why it's called Sir Josh. He's been knighted. He's fast. He wants to bring it to this championship. This is the opening statement that you want to set to everybody. You want to say, look, I'm the new quick boy in town, especially because as the first race of season 2. And set that benchmark to the other drivers so that they know that you are here and you mean business. So he's got a personal best going through, 27.6. He's only just 1/10 down from provisional pole at the moment. It's not bad. First sector's not as important as the all-important second sector here. Depending on the downforce that they're running on the cars as well, that's going to be crucial because second section here is where you get a lot more corners. You've got Peanuts. You're going to even get a tow from Peanuts here down the main straight as well as Peanut gets out of the way. That could definitely benefit. I can't say what type of car driver there is because it's custom livery. I've just called it just benefit Sex.
Oh, he's 2/10 up.
Yep. So this is it. That's where you make it. Now this is it. If he wants to get provisional pole,
He's going to nail this last corner.
perfectly. Yeah, not invalidate as well. A lot of people can go a little bit too much and
Yeah.
invalidate it because
It's very
from
easy to
Sir
run
Josh,
wide. Oh, that was a big moment. Don't
That
think
might
he's
have
got
cost
it.
him just a tenth.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
pushing
he's
it a
just let
bit
him-
too hard.
E2, he's backing off anyway. So there it is. Save those tires at least. But 2/10 down.
Wow, it
Showing
looks like
Julesy out. So is it Julesy?
yeah.
Yeah, no, Julesy's still on. He's on a flying lap at the moment, but he's not improving. So he did get out in time.
Maybe Jules just doesn't have the pace this weekend. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe one of those favourites, is it, for some of the drivers?
Nah.
There are those tracks that they love and there's those tracks that they hate.
Yeah, it
Could be
depends
one
what
of them.
suits your driving style.
Yeah, he's 27. He's already half a second down, almost from the first
Oh,
sector. So
Jules is 2/10 up for through the second sector. So
well, the best is 36.6. He's 36.9.
oh yeah, 3/10.
He's improved on his personal best time, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's enough. it's not enough to bring it to Sex because Sex
Yeah.
is middle sector was the 36.7, so 2/10. So yeah, Jules
Yeah,
will
yeah.
stay P3. Wobbly Candy will round out the second row with him. And that's qualifying done and dusted. I think Peanuts actually. Is Peanuts actually still? Yeah, Peanuts is invalidated anyway, so that's no more improvement for the man that obviously doesn't have a nut allergy. He's just doing a little bit of a crash into the wall, just to give the team a whole bunch of work to do before the race.
Just wasting millions of dollars, some carbon fiber bits to replace, as you do.
All right, who'd like to read through the grid there?
I'll do it. So our pole sitter for the Bahrain Grand Prix is Sir Josh. Joining him on the front row is Sex. Right behind him on the second row is Jules and Wobble Candy. Then on the third row we have Piero Man and Joe. Coming in at 7th and 8th we have Ubiquitous Shadow and Peanuts. 9th and 10th we have Alex and Window. 11th and 12th we have Guackle and Chris Mania. 13th and 14th we have Glatter and Basic Kiwi. 15th, 16th, we have Starish, Clown, and Swifty. And then 17th, we have confirmed with no lap time set.
All right, interesting. So going into that first corner is going to be tricky. Got to keep your nose clean.
Let's see who can get the best start.
Yeah, any safety car predictions out there in Twitch land? YouTube? You're streaming to both, right? YouTube and Twitch, I believe.
Yes, we are.
So I can't keep an eye on both, unfortunately. I can only just keep an eye on one, maybe if you guys can. RuPaul,
I've got
chatting
YouTube up.
YouTube.
If anyone sends anything in the chat, I can let you know.
Cool. Yeah, safety car predictions. That's what I would like to know from some people. Weather
In the-
predictions, dry.
In the Tier 2 race, we had one virtual safety car, and that was about it.
Oh, wow. Just one?
But we had a lot of retirements. I think nearly half the field retired. Just not many safety cars.
And how'd that first corner carnage go?
It was actually pretty clean. I don't think there was some battling, but not much. No one crashed, I don't think.
All right.
It's pretty respectful.
So let's have a look at the tires there. If you want to scroll through the tire information there for everybody out there to see. That, by the way, it says basic Kiwis disqualified. Few of those drivers are disqualified. It doesn't mean they're disqualified from the race. It just means that they are disqualified from this formation lap, which means that their tires are going to be cold at the start of this one because it goes back to the default tire temperature. That's the reason why they're doing this formation lap, so they can get that tire temperature into there. And just before the trigger point that comes around on the last couple of corners before the AI takes over will be the temperature that your tires are set at. So it's all important to get those tires, especially those medium tires as well, which, as you can see, medium tire runners. Well, Guackle's the first to go to the mediums. Obviously, anybody outside the top 10 can choose the tire compound that they want.
Okay.
And
Confirmed starting on the hards.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That is very interesting.
He obviously wants to go just deep into this race
Yeah.
and maybe finish strong on those soft tires
Softs.
towards the end. There are mandatory pit stops out there, guys, so every single driver here will have to do a pit stop. They will get a 3-second corner cutting penalty.
Oops.
They will get 2 warnings, and the third warning is an actual penalty. You'll expect to see that. You'll see the little penalty icon that game has recently added to the side of the name of the drivers, and then later on we can actually show you that the actual penalty time information as we get further deeper into the race. So Josh going to be leading this one comfortably with qualifying as well. Really good qualifying time. Let's look out for Sex and Julesy and Wobbly Candy. Pyro was always up there. Joe and Biglious Shadow and Peanuts, Alex and Window will round out your top 10. A couple more drivers, both Joe and Shadow. They might have actually had a bit of a collision there under the under the formation lap. So they're going to be starting. Maybe the tires might be okay because they got it just on that trigger point. So on the left side of the track is your qualifying, your pole position. That's not the dirty side. That's the grippier side. The dirty side of the track is where Sex is currently located, P2 in second row.
Okay.
Sorry, first row, second position. going to do the lights out.
There they
ahead
go.
with that one. Yeah.
Looks like Jules hasn't got the best to start there.
Yeah, the Shadows gaining a couple of positions, actually. It looks like who's dropping back? Telemetry glitch at the moment. So
Wobble
looks like
Candy's
most of the
dropped out
drivers
to
are through.
Looks like Joe's gone up to 7th. Peanuts has fallen down to 12th.
Yeah, it's a battle at the
Jules
front
with
at
a
the moment.
massive
So, there's a bit of a
lunge.
trap.
Jules
Yeah.
up into 2nd
Oh,
place
there's a spinner
now.
from behind as well. That's Shadow. Shadow's off. It's affected Wobbly Candy as well. And that was, Shadow from, what was that, P5 or something before that. He's dropped all the way back down now. We have Wobbly Candy's retired from the session, got some damage. We have the virtual safety car. Peanuts picking up a 5-second penalty for severe collision. Well, there's the start that we kind of expected, but it was, we have a car stopped out on track. That's, Wobbly Candy. That's the start of the second sector. That's unfortunate for him. So there it is. So Josh losing 2 positions off the start of that race. Didn't quite see what happened to Sir Josh.
I think Sex got him into the first corner, and then Jules got him into turn 4, I believe, with a massive dive bomb, and then the safety car.
That's unfortunate for him. So anyway, green flag racing again in Bahrain. First race of the second season. And Sir Josh from qualifying on pole is dropping back 2 places at the moment. Sex is leading this race from Jules. Pyro's up into P5. Big gainer here is Guackle. He's up 5 positions. Running in
And he's on the
P6.
medium tires as well.
And he's on the medium, yes.
He could be a threat to the top runners.
And Peanuts is boxing because he has to serve that 5-second penalty. So he's just basically going to be waving. Oh, no, he's actually going to be boxing because he's got a front wing change. No, he hasn't. He's just serving the 5-second penalty in the pits. And now they're going to change the front wing as well. And the tyres. He's going to go to the mediums.
Mediums, interesting.
We had the mediums
Should
on.
be able to.
He will have to box
Yeah,
again.
probably just for softs to finish him off. If you can stretch it. It's hard to do mediums to soft, but it works if you really stretch them out.
Yeah, he's one of the biggest losers, obviously, now running in plump last at the moment. Wobbly Candy, obviously, even more of a loser because he's out of this race. I mean, not as in biggest loser of positions, not a loser person. Shadow's running in, lost 3 positions off the start, running in P10 now. But everybody else has made practically gains there. Starish Clown, Swifty up 4, Windows up 1. And Glatter as well is up 5 positions up to P8. So that's quite good for these drivers.
Yeah. So at this point, it appears that Sex has a lot more pace than Jules. He's pulled out a 1.7 gap, so 1.7 second gap. So he's already out of the DRS zone at the start of lap 3. So we'll see if Jules has the race pace to match and maybe catch up. But at the moment, it looks like Sex is pulling away.
It looks like there's actually an overtake between P8 and P7. Sorry, P8, P9. It's like Windows on the back of Glatter. That's softs versus mediums.
Around the outside, can you hold it?
He's going to have the inside line coming out of this corner, but then the traction
Still
coming out of
side by side.
Yeah. Look at this. There could be a double overtake here. So poor Glatter could be losing 2 positions.
Oh,
As it,
Shadow. Shadow
sneaks in almost past both. It's going to be a nice battle, though. We'll still have to keep an eye on what's happening at the front. Nothing's happening at the front at the moment, although still just a little bit behind. This is one of the closest battles on track.
Sex is still extending his lead up to 2.2 seconds now.
Yeah, this is because these soft runners are all over the back of the medium runner, obviously. Guackle
Yeah.
at the moment is going to be under pressure, too, from Window and Shadow. Glatter just lost 2 positions there in a lap because he's on those medium tires. So, but then again, he's going to go a lot deeper in this race. So his chance to come back will be a little later with that alternative strategy.
The soft runners really want to minimize the amount of time they spend behind the medium runners.
I think we'll have to go to P3 at the moment.
Time.
Sorry, cut you off. Yeah. So Josh is getting close to the back of Jersey now. Getting within 4 tenths. Now DRS will be activated. Should be activated now, shouldn't it?
Yeah. He's got it activated.
Yep. So here you go. The straight line speed run with that DRS. Definitely going to give it. He's going to have the inside line here, but then it's going to be flipped around to the next corner.
Good defense by Jules. Who's going to get the DRS for the next straight? Looks like Jules got the DRS actually, so he was
Jules
behind.
did get the DRS. Exactly. Perfect triggering point there. So that strategy paid off very well for him.
Good defense
That
by
means-
Jules. Chris Mania gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limits warnings.
He's
That
the
won't
first
help
one
him.
this evening to get that. Yep, we expect a lot of the other drivers will get that because it's only early days. And it's very easy to invalidate, especially when you're battling as well here. It looks like Sir John's going to make a run. Sir Josh, sorry. It's going to be a drag race down the main straight. The back straight, middle straight, sorry. I think it might be job done. Unless Josie can come back here if he gets the DRS activation.
Jules is actually running pretty low on his ERS, so for him it would be pretty smart to just sit behind, save that up, so he can make a good attack towards the end of the race.
Yeah, I don't know if should give that information out on air. I don't know if any of the drivers do listen to the stream because sometimes that's an advantage for some of the other drivers.
True.
That's up to you, but I just found that before in leagues. If drivers, here we go. It could be a run here. Jillsy's going to try to make a run back. He's going to do the sort of switcheroo that should work out for him because he has that DRS now. But if he locks up a little too deep here, it could be a run around the outside of Sir Josh. Yes, this is going to be another battle. Sir Josh is going to have to lift off here, but he's going to have the DRS now that Jules had last time, but it's just a little too short on this back straight. Jules, he is locking up his tires quite a little bit, so he's struggling.
All this battling between Jules and Sir Josh is just allowing Sex to extend his gap even further. He's now 4.7 seconds ahead, and we're only on lap 5, so...
Yep, more time for Sex is good for him. Alex running in P6 at the moment. He's on the back of Joe. And further back, Guackle is actually not too bad, actually. He's gaining on Window, but we'll have to keep an eye on this battle at the front, Bob. Because it isn't over yet, but Josh might have to just settle behind Julesy at the moment. Now, predicted pit stops, guys. When do you think that they're going to start coming in? They burn through these.
I believe the soft runners will come in around lap 7 to 8 if they're going onto the hards, and if they're looking to do a one stop onto the mediums, they're going to have to stretch their soft tires to around lap 10.
Well, there you have it. So we might actually go to Guackle at the moment, as he's doing a very good job running in P8.
P8.
It's just half a second down from Windu, and
Oh, someone's making a pit stop. That's Shadow.
That's Shadow. Yeah, I thought Shadow was actually catching the back of Guackle, but then he's decided to box. Maybe it's just compromising his race too much, and he's going on to the mediums. Does he have to serve?
And he's got a penalty, yeah.
Oh, that's what he said. Serve a penalty. So that will drop him back a little bit.
I don't believe the mediums will
run
make
on the outside. Sorry, Michael making a run, a little bit of a tap between him, gives the driver there Window a wave. So they must have a little bit of contact between them. And that is a medium passing a soft runner. So
at this point, I believe the softs are dropping off a bit. So I think the pace falls back into Guackle's hands at this point in the race.
Might have to resume that battle up front there with Sir Josh.
Okay.
He's still
very close
in behind.
Yeah.
But
You're going to have to keep us informed there, guys, because I've lost my screen here in terms of who's the positions here. So you're going to have to, yeah, I don't
press
know.
F1?
F1?
Press F2, I think, actually.
F1 or
F2, yeah.
F2.
F2.
F2?
Press
F2
there
we go.
again?
Yeah, and F2 again.
Oh, you got it.
Now we've got it. Yep. There we are. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
I thought, what did I press? Thanks, guys. Told you I was a bit rusty on this.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I press that key every once in a while, and I'm like, oh, damn it.
So Josh has come into the pits for medium tires. So
Oops,
maybe
again.
trying to undercut the rules here.
I've done it again. There we are. Fine.
Yeah, and Piro as well. So they've decided Piro is going to be switching to those.
I'm not sure, but I don't think that the medium tires will make it to the end of the race from this point. So I believe that all the soft runners pitting for mediums now will have to do a 2-stop if they want to make it to the end.
So it might have worked out for Pero then, because he started on the softs and he switched to the softs. As it looks like Alex and Gerald
so
making a
he's
change
really
there. What's
got
going on here? Oh no, that
Okay.
might have just been something that occurred with a timing glitch. So when is Sex going to box and when's Julesy going to box, as well as his other front runners at the moment? Everybody has boxed all the way down to Sir Josh. He's the first, so haven't boxed. Sir Josh is the first that has, and behind Sir Josh is Pero as well. But Pero has to make another pit stop because he has to choose another compound. He's already chose soft twice. So Josh, well, he can make it, and it's going to be, as you said, it's going to be tough to try to make those mediums go to the end, but he can if he has to. So far, Glatt has gone to the hards, P13, after making his
Sex
pit
is
stop.
boxing. Let's
Yes,
see what
keep an eye on
tires
those pit stops as well. So 25
Jules
seconds
responding.
is what you get. Is what's going to cost you in here, pending you don't have to serve any
Oops.
penalties.
Oh, sorry.
That means it's going to drop back in ahead of P7, ahead of confirmed.
Soft
He should
tires for
come out.
Sex. Sex is going for a 2-stop here, evidently. Let's see what
Yes.
Jules puts on. Jules puts on the mediums. It looks like he's being held for. Oh no, never mind. That was a glitch. Sorry.
So yeah, P7. Where is Sex coming out? What? Sex is showing in P2.
Yeah, I think because Guackle hasn't pitted yet. So
Yeah. Oh, because everybody else is boxing at the same time. I was wondering why,
Yeah.
because you slipped back here. Yeah, there it is. So still,
So Sir Josh has jumped Jules in the pits. Jules has come out behind Sir Josh, and now they both have confirmed to get around, who's on 7-lap-old hard tires, before they can maybe resume the chase onto the back of Sex. But Sex is on the soft tires, so he will probably be pulling away from them at this point in the race.
so confirmed is up at a P5 at the moment, not taking that pit stop, as well as Grackles at P1. Obviously, has not taken a pit stop as well, but he's going to be under big pressure from Sex soon. I don't know if he really wants to put up a fight. In fact, he's gone off the road completely and into the wall. But I don't know if he copped any damage. I think he was just doing the right thing. He did get damage. So he's just lost it. I don't know if it looked like he was just trying to do the right thing and get out of the way, but he didn't have to. He's not being blue flagged, but now he's got severe damage and will have to box, and that's going to cost him a 30-second pit stop, which means it's going to drop him all the way down to around where Peanuts is currently running at P12. So the alternative strategy might have paid off, but with that damage now, might have compromised any chance of getting a nice juicy points this evening, as we still have 16 runners in this race. Only Wobbly Candy went out in the first lap. One virtual safety car, and the boys have been pretty good. I'll be back in just a minute.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting because I assume that both Sex, Sir Josh, and Jules are all going to be running a 2-stop this race. And Sex has built quite a gap to Sir Josh and Jules. But Sir Josh and Jules are going to be finishing this race on the soft tires, whereas Sex is going to be on old mediums. So it'll be interesting if Sir Josh and Jules will be able to close the gap to Sex after all their final pit stops at the end of this race. But we'll have to see.
We'll see, yeah. Okay, still a fair way to go.
9 laps in.
Yep.
20 to go.
Yeah, quite a bit's happened already in 9 laps, so yeah, interesting to see.
Piero Man is looking very hungry here.
Where is he? Oops, who's on that? Where's Piero Man?
Tires, right behind Jules.
Ah, there he is. Yep.
Definitely got the pace advantage. Probably going to go for an overtake here.
Yeah.
It is tough being the third man in a DRS chain because the car in front of you has DRS as well.
That's
so it
right. Yeah.
Advantage.
Oh,
yep.
See how he goes.
So Piero at the moment, yeah, he said Piero's on the back of Jilsey. He's on the back of Sir Josh. Now this is all coming. This is helping out Sex at the moment. He's got an 8.2-second gap over this. So he's probably very happy to hear from Jeff and the team radio. There's a big battle going on behind him because he can just continue on clean air and just get on with it. So you think Piero should be the faster than the other guys out there because he's on those soft tires?
Oh,
And those
Jules just got a 3-second time penalty, I think.
Oh,
He
yes.
has a penalty. Yeah, he's got a 3-second time penalty. That's unfortunate for Jules.
Yeah, last year's championship winner. They're struggling on this track today, or
Yeah.
tonight, in the evening, because it's just doesn't seem to be his thing. As it looks like Piro's really getting close now to line up and move on Julesy. So Julesy, after picking up that penalty, is now under big pressure.
Jules is hanging on to the edge of Sir Josh's DRS, and if he falls out, that'll present Piero with the perfect opportunity to overtake him on one of these DRS straights. Unless Jules can hang on, of course. As Sex sets another fastest lap, 29.
Yeah, remember Sex? Yeah, 29.4. But Sex has to box again.
Yes, and I
Whereas
believe
these guys,
does.
Pedro has to box as well, but Sir Josh and Jules, well, they can take those mediums to the end, but I don't know how much.
that was
Jules, big lock up.
Has he taken any front wing damage?
No, I don't think so. Let me just double check, but I think it was just a heavy breakup lock. Something caught him off
Oh,
guard
is
there.
Piero Man making an overtake here? Round the outside. Let's see. We're squeezing him. And Piero Man moves up into second place.
Yeah, that's those medium, those soft tires. You can just sell so much more traction than those mediums. And we have a sector 1 yellow. Who is that? There's somebody running a little wide. So yeah, that's well, he's got to get on with it, doesn't he? Because if he has to make another pit stop, he can't afford to be hanging around.
Yeah, and after if Sir Josh and Jules swap onto the soft tires at the end of this race, then Piero Man's going to be quickly eaten up by the soft runners when he's going to be on oldish mediums.
Exactly. It's like anything he can do, I can do as well. The reverse strategy that might occur when he's going to be under attack from these drivers later on. But at the moment, I think he's just got to build out of that DRS range of Sir Josh. He's 0.74. If Sir Josh can keep on to him, Sir Josh can get a nice tow. But it looks like it's only going to be a matter of time before he's out of that DRS range. Sex still leading this race now at 11.4 second gap. But that might start coming down because Piero's on the same tyres as he is. So he's no longer got that tyre advantage that he had over Sir Josh and Jules. Confirmed still running on this one. Bit of a lonely race at the moment, P5. Probably can't even see many of the cars on track. But he still has to box, deciding to go those hards. Remember, he started on dead last as well in this race because remember he binned his qualifying lap that he only did one. So he can run deep into this race. P5, if he has a pit stop, it's not going to look too bad actually. He can get a hurl of points here, especially he can be running on beautiful, fresh, out of the blanket, soft tires.
Yeah, he can make some overtakes.
Just do a sprint towards the end, exactly. And then
that'll be interesting to see.
Starish Clown is now being overtaken, being shown the blue flags. That actually will help some of the drivers get a nice tow if they're. And it will actually. Josie will get a nice DRS tow from the back marker. So sometimes those back markers come into play, although they are ghosted, so the drivers don't have to worry about any collisions. You can just drive straight through the driver and get on with it. Further down the field, I'm actually going to have a look at the. Just have a look at the position changes at the moment. Yeah, confirmed up 12 positions. Still yet to make a pit stop, but a very good strategy from him. Deciding to start on those hards and take it deep into this race. Obviously, a safety car would have hurt that strategy, but we never had a full safety car. We only had a virtual.
A safety car right now would massively help confirmed.
Confirmed.
That would
be that's true.
Maybe that's what he's holding out for.
Could be. Yeah, that's right. I mean, statistically, we generally would have a safety car around here, but you said earlier with the Division 2, there wasn't.
It was just a virtual safety car that lasted like half a lap. But yeah, it's interesting because the only two runners at the moment that haven't made a stop are Basic Kiwi and Confirmed. And while Basic Kiwi's down in 12th, Confirmed's up in 5th, so he's doing very well to be where he is.
The Piro's now. He dropped back behind. What happened? He made a mistake. So Josh is ahead. I don't know how he missed that.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, he must have made a mistake somewhere on track.
No, he just. I think Sir Josh was just quicker. He's
Maybe
you
overtake.
closed him up beyond on the straight there. Got him.
Okay. So yeah, perhaps those Piro's burnt through those softs a lot, making those overtakes earlier,
Yeah,
and
It's possible.
he can be under pressure from Jules here soon. We'll
they're
keep an eye
5
on the
laps
time
off.
difference.
This
Yeah,
is the-
remember they're on, and it looks like there's a move between P9. Is that
Is it?
Guackle and
No,
Joe?
is
Yes, it is.
Oh, quick.
I believe Pierre is going for a move
Oh,
here.
oh,
on
Piero's going
so
from- yep.
Josh
yeah.
around the outside of turn 1. See if he can make it stick. Maybe a switch back from him. No.
Yeah, it's a great first corner, is it? First and second corner, because you can have the inside line, and then you're going to have the outside line,
And then
or
you've
the
got the
outside line
second
going in the
Pierre
inside line.
straight after, giving you another
Exactly.
opportunity. Pierre man can't make it around the outside there.
Yeah, Bahrain does produce some nice overtakes. And it's also a great little track to start the season off with, and this is first of 10 tracks that these drivers will be visiting this season. This is the second season of OCE. These are the Division 1 guys, so they're the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the top guns. And obviously, Julesy had wrapped up the championship last time. He's got to defend it. At the moment, in P4 isn't too bad. It can get points. To finish your race first, you first have to finish. And obviously, it's a 10-lap season. You got to get the points every single race practically at that point with 10 races.
Consistency is key when it comes to championships.
Yeah. Hopefully that 3-second time penalty won't hurt him too much as well.
Yeah, not
At the moment.
at
Not at the moment,
Confirmed is 7-8 seconds down the road. Although if he gets another one, he could be in trouble.
Yeah.
But then, that's also going to hurt the drivers of Josh and Piro as well, because they might be on multiple warnings.
I think I've seen Pierre run wide a couple times, so who knows?
You can look that up. I'll look that up.
Yeah, I can check the race director.
Yeah, check the race
Piero
director.
currently has no warnings, and neither does Sir Josh. Sex has 1 warning.
All right, there you go. So it's not too bad then. They'll be looking pretty good, looking strong for this race. Now, we're only basically just on the halfway distance point now, too. We're crossing it right now. So 50% ticked off the driver's box and another 50% to go with only one retirement.
Yeah.
Speaking of it, that's Pero.
Big Pierre, man.
He's still in it, but obviously missing a whole bunch of front wing. But
He's gonna have to pit.
yeah,
I believe his tires are 7 laps old. I don't think this influences his strategy too much. Probably would have pitted around this point anyway, but it's just unfortunate that he has to change his wing. Oh, and I believe Confirm just had a spin. Confirm just lost 5th position to Alex.
oh, maybe those tires are going off on the
Maybe.
hards now. Yeah, he's got a big pressure from window now as well. That's going to be behind him, and Shadow's just a little further down the road from them as well. Window's 6-lap tires.
Oh, I think Grackle in 10th is going for a move here on Joe. Maybe not. He's too far away.
That's softs versus medium hards, so he should definitely have the quicker car. They're all equal pace, equally balanced cars. It's just depending on the setups some of the drivers use. Obviously, some of the drivers like to run a little bit more downforce.
Yeah. Bahrain is a pretty low downforce track, as you said. Like 70% full throttle, so they don't need too much here.
Yeah, Pero's boxing. That's going to slot him back. And he's looking for a 30-second pit stop now because 25 on average and a front wing change. They're going to add another 5 seconds to that. Providing these... And he's saving a penalty. Oh, no, that's just the front wing. So he should slot out, providing none of the drivers get a sticky wheel nut. Sticky wheel gun. They don't do that in the game. They're pretty good. They're pretty reliable. I would like to see that thrown into it as a random thing to add some realism. And that's confirmed. It's a 31-second pit stop for Pero after his little instance tapping the wall. Luckily, still in the race. And slots him back out at P11.
Just had a spin.
Who was that? Was that
Guackle?
Grackle?
Yep.
Grackle.
Yeah, Grackle's had a spin. Where was that?
Has he lost any wing?
Just trying to check if the camera angle gets the right angle for us in a second. Looking at the helicopter cam. Can't zoom in that close to see the front wing.
Yeah. It looks pretty intact from this distance. Yeah, I'd say he's not touched his front wing too much.
Yeah, sometimes it can be a little damaged, but there's end plates are there, so nothing to seriously boxed for.
Oh, Sex is just pitted for mediums. So that's
There we
his race strategy done, I assume.
Yeah, he's going to slot out. He should slot out P4,
He
P3.
really needs some clear
There it
air.
is.
That's what he needs at this point.
Yeah, and he's got traffic.
It's Jules. Jules could back Sex up, allow Josh to even take the win if he so chooses.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know if that would happen with the team or the team because that's boxing him and getting him out and dirty. He's got pressure from. Oh, actually, Shadow's not too far down the road, but yeah, that's going to compromise him as well. But then again, he had such a nice lead. It might not hurt him too much. Yeah,
He's got 8-lap fresher tires over Jules.
Yeah,
See if that allows him to make the overtake.
definitely going to be running these to the end.
He's very close here. Don't think Jules has much hope against defending.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and he's not really, well, Josie can obviously try to make these tires go to the end, but he knows there's only going to be a sitting duck at this point. Sex is going to have to be basically driving around the outside of half the corners on this track with those fresh tires soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
he's going to send up the insides. It's a little dangerous there from Sex. They could have compromised him. They could have got even a warning for that.
Yeah.
I think he wants to get on with it. Actually, there's a little bit of a tap to remind Jules, hey, I'm here, and I'm the new contender in town for the championship, mate. So get on
It's
with it.
interesting. Sex has basically pulled out a pit stop worth of time over Jules. There's still 10 laps to go, so his pace advantage is quite significant.
It is with that DRS down that straight. That's an easy pickings, like taking candy from a baby. And Jules is no baby either, so.
Yeah, an experienced campaigner.
Further back, Chris Mania is on the back of Galata. So he's about half a second down.
Hard tires versus hard tires.
Yeah, it's the battle of the hard tire, lads. So they'll be taking those to the end. Remember too, guys, that the fuel burns. They burn through the fuel loads, so the tires, you'll get a lot more performance out of the tires as you get towards the end of the race because it's a lighter car. So therefore, the tires don't have to do so much work. Sex is actually going fast now, but he's going to be catching Sir Josh, I think, in only a matter of time. It looks like Chris is going to try to make it around the outside here. Actually, Glacker's just basically let him past, I think. Ladder. Yeah, that's no team orders, guys. You are all individual teams.
Glacka was strategically getting the next DRS zone, so he can maybe have another go.
There it is. You're exactly right. Now he's going to try to drive around the outside here. He's going to have the inside line back again here, but he's compromised his racing line, which will compromise his exit speed through the S's. But then there's nowhere for Chris to overtake here. So Chris has had to lift off. And Glacka says, I'm going to keep this position for now. Thank you very much. And got a great exit out of that turn. But now
Also, Josh has just pitted for soft tires. He's going to take them 10 laps to the end. That's a bit of an
called
ask.
it before, didn't you? That they were going to do the switcheroos and go to the softs to run towards the end. So he's boxed out just, and he's going to have the traffic of Shadow.
Jules now has a decision to make. Jules could either stick it out on these mediums and hopefully beat Josh that way, or maybe box and see if he's got more pace on the softs. We'll see what Jules
we'll keep an
does.
eye on the times because Jules's last lap was a 131 point. Oh, as basically Kiwi gets a penalty. A 131.8 was his last lap. The other guys behind him. Well, the fresh guys confirmed, and we misconfirmed. He boxed, so he's dropped back to P8. That's good. That's good. Remember, he's 16 laps on those tires.
He started last.
He started last, and he's in the 130s as well as behind him. Window as well had boxed. They're in the 130s, the late 130s. Whereas Sir Josh is getting past Shadow as to be expected because he's got those fresh, beautiful red striped tires out of the blankets, nice and warm under the lights in Bahrain. And he can get on with it 15 seconds down the road, but from Julesy. But let's have a look at his time once we get a proper time in because he just came out of the box.
I assume he's going to steal the slap from Sex.
Well, Sex is doing 128. Sex is in the 129s, late 129s. So he's going to be he's a second on a lap faster than almost everybody on the track right now. Jules is 131.8, so he's going to start losing a second a lap to the fresh tire runners. We'll see. I think he'll lose 2 seconds, probably to Josh. So would that be enough time? 14 seconds down the road. I think Jules is going to have to just run this to the end now. So if he boxes, he's going to be slotting out probably in P5, P6, maybe around where Piro is.
A 3-second time penalty to serve as well, so that's going to add 3 seconds to his pit stop time.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the call. He has to stay out now and just basically try to nurse his tires home from a very fast Sir Josh, who I believe qualified in P2 for this race, right? So let's have a look at the position changes.
Wait, was Sir Josh pole?
No, I thought it was Sex pole.
Yeah, okay, that's it. Okay. No, Sir Josh was.
Sir Josh was. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And Sir Josh is setting purple sectors now, so I expect any minute now he's going to be setting the fastest lap. I wonder if he can break into the mid 129s.
Jules is pitting.
Oh, Jules is boxing, yeah. So that's going to compromise him. He's going to come out probably in P5, maybe just behind Joe. We'll see.
Going to the softs. Oh, he's doing a front wing change, actually.
Oh.
Maybe he had some damage or something.
Yeah, it's been nursing some damage. That's the reason why probably he was not on the pace he wanted.
Yeah, because he did drop off. So it looks like Jules has got to get past Joe and Ubiquitous Shadow if he wants to get a podium for this first race.
It's going to be a tough order, isn't it? 8 laps to go, but he's going to be fast on these tires. Peanuts at the moment, it's quick. Peanuts, but 50. I didn't change the right tire interval time. Yeah, Chris Manny is still on the back there at Glacker, but they've just been battling it out all afternoon, haven't they? Grackle at the moment is ready to make a move on Kiwi, and that is a job done. I think from Grackle running in P13. Getting on with it, fresh medium tires. So the gaps are pretty big now. So Sex has got almost getting to be soon. Towards the end of the race, he's going to have a pit stop in hand.
Yeah.
So Josh's was a 129.4. So there you have it, 414, just 4 thousandths off the fastest lap that's set by Sex, the 129.410. So
Sex's fastest lap was set on mediums as well, I think. Was it?
Oh,
was that one?
No,
he said on softs.
Yeah, I think it's on softs. Yeah,
but he had a more fuel. Oh, there you go. So Josh with a 129.2 takes the fastest lap.
Yeah, so the times are tumbling down now. I wouldn't be expecting if Jules doesn't beat this. He's got the fastest middle sector. Chris picks up a penalty. So Jules has got 37 points. So if he can nail the third sector here, he would have the fastest lap, unfortunately, because he was out of the pits.
That was an out lap. Yeah.
He was for his first sector times or so, but yeah, Jules has got the pace now. Let's see what he can bring. I expect he might have a fastest lap coming around.
Oh, he's going to get held up a bit by Joe on this lap. He's already
got the DRS toe.
Yeah, I don't think he got DRS there. Unfortunate.
So Josh is not making too much inroads. He's taken 8 tenths out of Sex that last lap, but that's not going to be enough.
Okay.
As Julesy sets at 129, 29 flat. That's 3 tenths off, so he's compromising his fastest lap abilities. Yeah. But once he gets past Joe, he's going to bring it. At least get that 1 point.
Exit. There you go. Easy overtake for Jules.
Yep. This can get up the road there to Shadow because he can get Shadow here, but he's going to remember he has to get past him and get past by an additional 3 seconds.
True.
If he wants to get that final podium. But this could be a good comeback good comeback challenge from Jules, especially after having to make that extra pit stop as well with the damage.
It's going to be close.
Now, Shadow's the only one of the drivers here. There's only 2 drivers, actually, himself and Confirmed, that are taking just the 1 pit stop. Everybody else has taken 2 pit stops.
Yeah.
So they're on a different strategy. And Shadow's boxing, they give it right now.
Oh, wow. Commentator's curse.
Yeah, he's gone on to the softs. Maybe he had a bit of a pit stop in hand there, but Window is going to get past him. Alex will as well. And that should be where he slots out. He should be ahead of Peanuts. Yeah, so P9, he's almost dropped out of the points there, but going to have fresh tyres to come back at Alex, who's all in the back of Confirmed as well at this point. So let's see if Alex and Confirmed had that little battle there. That's the same tyres. Nice purple livery there from Alex. He must feel like the artist formerly known as Prince. So Confirmed having good different strategies starting, remember, from last up at a P7. So he's might be the driver of the day in the game if he could finish where he is, but he's going to be under pressure from Alex dropping down to P8. Still wouldn't be a bad drive.
No. Doesn't even have to qualify. He can still get points.
Yeah.
Good strategy call by him.
So Alex is going to be driving purely maybe around the outside. Yes, he has. So I think Confirmed's not really putting up too much of a fight just yet. Kind of letting Alex go through. But he has to stay where he wants because Shadow and Peanuts behind him are on fresh tyres. Oh, he goes wide as well, Confirmed. Gilsey, there it is, set, as we figured, is on a blistering pace at the moment, but he's got 14 seconds to catch Sir Josh. It's not going to be enough because Josh's last lap was a 130.6. Jules is a 129 point, so he's got a...
There's only 5 laps left, so...
Yeah, 5 laps. He's got to take at least 2 seconds to lap out, which I don't think is going to be possible.
No.
So Josh tyres will start to burn. Well, 5 laps, his tyres will start to chew just a little bit towards the end, but I doubt it'll compromise him that much time.
Yeah.
And Sex, well, he's been having a bit of a lonely race at the front of this. Only time he had to have a bit of action was when he boxed last time and he got stuck just a bit of traffic, but he cleared that traffic after a couple of laps and just got on with it up the road. Different strategy to these two guys. So he decided to start with the softs. He went softs to mediums, whereas Sir Josh and Gilsey went softs, mediums, and softs.
Yeah.
So that strategy. Well, then again, too, as well, Piro, Window, and Alex all did the same strategy as Sex from softs to mediums. They're getting a hurl of points. So either way, their strategy worked out. Obviously, probably the best strategy for the driver would be Confirmed. Obviously, starting 16 laps on hards and then 7 to finish it. We'll be finishing them on mediums. And that's from last. Only one retirement, only one virtual safety car. And the penalties situation is not too bad. As Jules shaves about another second off Sir Josh, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah, the penalty situations, well, I can read them out anyway. So Gilsey has 3. Further down, P10, Peanuts has 3 seconds. 6 seconds will go to Chris Mania. And then further back, P13, Basic Kiwi and Glatter and Starfish Clown all have 6 seconds penalties each. So that might affect them because, well, Guackle's looking pretty good there because even though he's behind Chris Mania 6 seconds penalties means that Guackle can move his way up into P11. He's too far back from Peanuts to get a final points paying position. Obviously, Gilsey and his little recovery drive should get the fastest lap point. So on top of how many points do you get for P3?
15.
15, so we'll get that extra point for 16.
16 points.
So I hope everybody's enjoying the race out in Twitch World and YouTube. I mean, the usual Bahrain race has produced a lot of overtakes and some good tactics choices from some of the drivers. Also some bad tactics choices, some repairs that we've had, a few wings had to be replaced, a few 5-second penalties for colliding under the virtual safety car that we had, only the one, and also not to mention a few penalties were dished out for speeding in the pit lane. Come to think of it, I should pull up the penalty situation there because the one thing I don't get on my telemetry is that's the 5-second penalties, which nobody has now. They've all served them. And Confirmed is under pressure from Shadow.
Shadow gets ahead.
Yeah. So obviously Shadow with those fresh tyres is going to be putting pressure on Alex soon. This is going to be a nice little sprint race the end here for these drivers. I mean, there's a lot of points up for grabs in a 10 calendar season, so you can't afford to make any crazy mistakes this late into the race.
Yeah, every point
Take
counts.
Or a pit stop right now will cost them out of the points if you have to box. So, but they are nursing. Well, these drivers aren't nursing any penalties. Only Peanuts is just behind them in P10. So, what you see is what you get. Confirmed Shadow and Alex. Potential P7's up for grab there.
Kuzmania just got another penalty. Is that 9 seconds for him now?
Yes, it is.
Oh, he's
As
not
well
really
as-
losing anything from it, though.
As well as Lisa Kiwi got another penalty as well. So they're on 9 seconds. But they're out of the points anyway. So they're, if anything, they might do a box run to try to get a fastest lap. But they're out of that. That would just be bragging rights. So if a yellow sector for somebody, they're just going wide. And that means Shadow's on with it up the road. Fresh, soft tyres. He wants to try to catch Window, which he can. He has enough time.
2 more laps.
Yeah, he's got to take at least a second out of him on this lap.
Probably more because he still needs to make the overtake.
Oh, that's right. He's 2 seconds now, down to 1.9. Can he do a last lap Lando?
Scenario 7.
Yeah, scenario 7. Great camera work from our camera operator there.
Thank you very much.
Doing a fantastic job.
We'll get better as we go along.
Running around the
Still
track, operating all the cameras. That's good. Just directing.
It's every single one all the time.
Yeah, so it's nice and cool in the Bahrain desert this evening. For us, it's this evening for you guys out there in Australia as well, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
early
currently
morning
8
for me. Sun should be coming up soon here in Panama, but not quite yet. So I still feel like we're at night time. So Shadow at the moment it's down within the DRS range, as it looks like Piro and Joe are making a little bit of a squabble. And actually, no, that's not the telemetry here. It's up to Shadow now. He could do this. He's within DRS. Look at this, pulling it down within half a second. Should be by the end of the straight.
He can use this DRS zone to get right on his gearbox, and then the second one, make the overtake.
Yeah, he's going to be running out of time to do it soon. As they've got 2 more laps to go. He's got basically 10 kilometers, about 12 kilometers to get this done. If he wants to finish P6, both these drivers do not have penalties. But a lot of points up for grab as Kiwis just in back marker out of the way. Did they both get a toe? No, they didn't. Looks like Window
Shadow
could
going
almost
down
get
the inside. Window might be able to get a switch back here. Oh no. Shadow moves up into 6th place.
It is job done. That's a good little alternative strategy. Drive back to finish on those softs.
Yeah.
Light fuel load. And Window gets a penalty anyway, so that's unfortunate for Window. He's going to lose out to Alex now.
Yeah.
Running in P8, so Window's going to lose basically 2 positions in 1 lap.
You really don't want to be getting a penalty on the second last lap of the race.
Yeah, they're on the last lap now as well. Sex already crossed the line. 20 seconds up the road from Sir Josh. Josie did manage to get that time down, but 8 seconds is just not enough to be able to bring it out nursing that penalty. But he would
Good
still
effort
get that.
by Jules.
Still gets a taste of champagne.
Yeah.
Well, rose water here in Bahrain because they don't serve alcoholic.
Oh really?
Yeah, no,
I did not know that.
You're not allowed to drink. You're not allowed to alcohol. Not allowed to drink alcohol. And,
Sounds like
well, you can drink it, but they're not allowed to sell it. I think
Oh.
something like that. I mean, it's so they'd serve like a rose water, non-alcoholic champagne probably. So there you go. But it'll still taste sweet, that's for sure. The one person's going to taste the sweetest for, which is the person that's on the top step this evening, and the man that's driven absolutely outstanding from the start of this race, and not qualifying in P1 as well. The qualifying in P1 did go to Sir Josh, so Sex will get that top step of the podium that he gets from, and probably figure out, you know what, wasn't too bad not qualifying in P1, because here he goes to cross the line to finish the first race of OCE Division 1. Fireworks going off under the lights of Bahrain. Sex is absolutely ecstatic with himself for that victory, setting the benchmark to the rest of the team, the rest of the drivers, saying, I am the new boy in town, and I want to win this championship. This is the
Oh,
best
here
way
we
to win
go.
it.
Shadow is right on the back of Joe, coming up to the very end of the last lap. Let's see if Shadow can pull it off. Final corner, maybe get 5th place. Oh, Joe does have a penalty anyway, so I think Shadow's going to take it anyway. But I want to just do it on track, show him who's boss.
I think he will do it on track just to prove that he's like his comeback drive here has been fantastic. Shadow. Yeah, drivers know that. I've told drivers when I've engineered them, like, don't try anything risky. And can he drag straight down the main straight here with the DRS? Can he do it? You can tell Shadow's not giving him too much room.
He wanted it. He wanted it on track.
He did.
Oh, Confirmed is down in 10th place. What happened to him?
Oh, he got overtaken by a few drivers towards the end there on those tyres.
Oh,
but he has no penalty, so he should get peanuts. Does he get peanuts? No, I don't think he did, actually.
Still pretty well done to get 10th from last.
Yep.
Not a bad drive from Confirmed at all. Yeah, driver of the
pretty
day.
good
There you go.
Confirmed. Yeah,
Figured that.
confirmed the driver of the day.
Driver day confirmed.
That's it. No, but a great,
Well, here is
great drive from
What
6.
an interesting podium celebration.
He's been rehearsing that all week.
He just knew he was going to win.
All right, no, good race. He's certainly thrown down the gauntlet to the rest of the guys.
Yeah, he's showing them it's not going to be.
Yeah,
Showing Jules it's not going to be an
it's not-
easy championship.
that's it. That's it. Well, that's what we need. We want a good, hard, close
Yeah,
battle this year.
we want it to be intense, you know.
You certainly do.
Yeah, he wasn't in the championship last season, I believe, unless he's changed
No,
his
he
name.
wasn't.
But no,
He's a
so,
rookie.
yeah. So the
It's
rookies
the rookie versus the veteran.
showing setting a benchmark to the veterans, saying, "Yeah, here you go. I'm the new Max Verstappen. I'm the new George Russell, whatever.
Yeah.
Lando Norris." Do you want to read through the results there for everybody for them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So our race winner, Sex. Second place, so Josh, and rounding out the podium is Jules. In 4th, we have Pierre Man, followed by Ubiquitous Shadow and Joe. In 7th, we have Alex. 8th, Window, followed by Peanuts and Confirmed, who rounds out the points runners, the top 10. And then in 11th, we have Guackle, followed by Glata, Chris Mania. In 14th, we have Basic Kiwi, followed by Stylish Clown, Swifty, and then last but not least with the DNF Wobble Candy.
Yeah, Paul Wobble Candy had to basically wait a whole race out from the first lap.
Yeah.
All the
It's
other drivers
unfortunate.
finishing, 16 of them. That's very impressive. And once again, they know it because in just 10 laps on the calendar, every single point counts. But yeah, what a race, guys. What do you think about
Yeah,
that
That was a
one?
good race.
That's good. Yeah, it was a good first race of the season.
Bahrain was a very interesting track because lots of different strategy calls to be made. Some 1 stops, some 2 stops. It was pretty good. Lots of battling, lots of overtakes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
good.
So next week, the same time, same channel, and same directors, maybe same commentators. If I get up early in the morning, and help out. But we're going to Russia, guys. So we'll have to fuel up that OCE company jet. Jump us all on board, and we'll be flying over to Russia. Make sure you get your visas, guys. Okay, I think we need a visa to go to Russia, so we get that sorted out.
Pretty much. No worries. No, thanks, guys. Thanks for great commentating again, as usual.
Thanks.
And
Thank you.
yeah, we'll see you next time. Oh, we'll speak
Have a
next
good night,
time.
everyone.
No, cheers.
See ya.
See ya.